Introduction. Hunger is as old as human beings are, and its effects are felt by both young and old alike. We take supper in a great motel, but the following morning we wake with pangs of hunger. If we are on a long journey without food, hunger will strike. People can as well deny themselves food for different reasons. For example, one would fast food so as to pray, another would fast to lose or watch weight, still, others would fast as a recommendation from the doctor prior to the surgical procedure, and worse are those who are hungry because they do not have food at all. Therefore, this paper seeks to explore the definition of hunger, as well as to provide information about hunger both locally and globally. The literal definition of hunger is a lack of food in the body and a longing for it. When we stay for long hours without eating, hunger is inevitable unless one is sick. This is because the human body is always in activity, and the food we take is used up in all these activities to provide the required energy. Therefore, food is a fundamental necessity for the preservation of human beings in existence. When the human body lacks food, weakness, and uneasy feelings that affect the whole body, are the consequence. Sometimes, these feelings are uncontrollable, and the pangs of hunger do not cease till one eats food. Hunger cannot be quenched ceaselessly by eating a good meal, no matter the quantity one may consume. Hunger is with us as long as we live. Even though the term hunger is often used to denote lack and craving for food, it can as well be used to imply the longing for things other than food. For instance, we hear people saying that they are hungering for justice to be done in their cases. Therefore, this shows that hunger is not only for food but for justice as well. It is a strong craving for something that is not present at the moment. Prisoners hunger for that day when finally, freedom will be given to them, that chance to act and engage in their own desired activities. This kind of hunger is caused by a man who inflicts it on others, and mostly on the poor. Because some rich people want to benefit themselves at the expense of the poor majority, they will create laws that will enrich them as the poor become poorer. This man-made hunger can only be fought by bringing equality in society and the world at large. Hunger for food is the worst because it can lead to death if prolonged. We often watch on our televisions people dying of hunger in Africa, we hear over radios about famine killing many people in Asia. We read in the newspapers people are even going to the extent of eating cow dung to ward off hunger. Lack of food or nutrients is caused by various factors. For instance, prolonged dry spells lead to drought, invasion of insects on crops when there is no appropriate insecticide, poor methods of food production, and lack of money to buy food. Natural calamities that lead to a lack of food can be eradicated by supplying relief and putting appropriate measures in place. For example, a hungry man in the street can be taken to rehabilitation where food is provided. Starving people in Peru can be given relief food to mitigate hunger. In places that experience prolonged dry spells, alternative means of providing water can improve food production. Hunger is both a global and local phenomenon. It is experienced in many parts of the world. It is for this reason that we have so many organizations, both local and international, all trying to alleviate the lives of people from hunger. These organizations use different avenues to create hunger awareness and a need to exterminate it. Locally we have organizations that search from one street to the other looking for destitute people and especially women and children. Those who are found in the streets are taken to our local rehabilitation. Every time we visit the internet, we see many messages and banners calling for donations to help the poor people. We encounter pictures of emaciated people in Africa or India due to a lack of food or nutrition. In conclusion, hunger affects everyone who has not eaten, irrespective of color, race, gender, or religion. Hunger of food must be eradicated from its roots so as to create a healthy society. Everything you need for studies, essay samples, writing tools, and tips, you can find at studycorgi.com.